Hello and welcome to my review on the Spirit Halloween Desmodus. This goes up to 6 feet tall in jump scare mode, and then 5 feet tall and 11 inches, pretty much 6 feet in, non-jump scare mode when it's ready to jump up and scare someone. But here's the 360 of the box, Spirit Desmodus, that quickly jumps upward as wings expand and open for a frightening sight. Eyes light up with red LED lights and makes horrifying screeching noises. Stands 5 feet tall, 11 inches, and then it extends up to 6 feet tall and 8 inches tall. So this is a really, really cool prop. I got this off, I'm pretty sure Macari for $180. That is definitely worth it. It originally retailed for $250, so if you're paying above $250, I don't recommend getting it because you could probably find a better one. I'm pretty sure there's around 4 for sale right now, and they are like under $250. Maybe 2 or 3 of them are under the $250. One is, I think, $350. I don't remember at all, but here's the front of the box. My box is taking a beating from the previous owner. Right here, and then the top, cover that up, got the Spirit logo. And then for the back, it is for indoor or covered porch only, so it is not waterproof, but I'm pretty sure you can waterproof just by putting a trash bag or a bag over the sound box. You could also do that with Emmeline, Hellspawn, and like all Mr. Darkin. Things like this with the same sound box and just like a piston. You just need to put a trash bag over the control box and then you should be good to go. It does come with a cord. It is motion and volume activated. You can control the volume, unlike the jumping spider sadly, but you could do batteries and they are sold separately. But definitely you do want to do the plug. The batteries are stupid. They're just not going to work that good. And he's also slower with batteries, so you don't want to do that. But his story is, some are just born mean. The bloodthirsty bat was born deep in the caves of the rainforest, emerging after years of gorging on unsuspecting forest dwellers. As his hunger grew, so did his size. His appetite is insatiable. I don't know that word is, but so he spends nights stalking all manner of victims to drain them of their precious blood. You'd be wrong if you think you're safe just because you walk upright. Humans are his favorite meal. So here's a really cool story, but the tree also, I heard, is this weird plastic. It's not very high quality, but let's go ahead and get him out of the box. Alright, so here's all the parts laid out. I've got the actual bat there, 2 poles. There's supposed to be more, but what I've actually done is started building already because I already know the spring would be a pain, so now I've just got it over with. The spring's pretty hard to get up there, and it sucks, but I did it off camera. And I'm going to be starting building this just like this. But you pretty much have this as a part, the piston, and the springs connected. And you're going to want this clevis and a cotter pin here to keep the piston in. There's all the wires already on here. And then there's A to A. These are separate poles here. Then this top pole. It's all one thing that you're going to want to connect at the 2 B parts. And there's the base, which has the sound box. Then for the other parts, which would be the 2 small parts, 2 big log parts, the small pole for where the bat's wings, I think, jump, and then the actual bat. So I'm going to get started on building because it's been pretty hot. So let's start. So that was a very, very cool demo. And I think he's an amazing prop to the bottom, to the top. One big issue though is this tree is not good quality. It's like this plasticky. And I mean, it's like, I don't know, maybe I suck at putting it together, but you know, I couldn't line it up that good there. I tried my best. I just gave up because it got so hot, but I mean, it looks good still. The motion sensor works great. And then, but we're gonna start here from the bottom, the gray and black cloth for the bottom to kind of hide the base. You could use these stakes. And I'm not sure what the seller did with the stakes, but he did have stakes. And these are from a different prop. Here's the stakes I do have. And these stakes I probably won't use on that prop. So, actually, you do not want to use weights. I changed my mind. You do want to use stakes, very heavy duty ones, not cheap ones. So you do want to have 4 stakes on each corner so that he doesn't tip over. But he's not one of those mechanisms where it's going to tip if it doesn't have some sort of weight. But you can do the demo without the weights. But if you want to display him, you might want to stake him down for sure. Because if you have weights, the bottom's going to be popping up. So you're going to want stakes actually. So stakes should work if you have very good stakes. And then moving up or kind of to the side, he has this like black creepy cloth, which looks great. You do want to kind of spread it around a little, do all kinds of stuff with it. And then it looks good on the bottom. I kind of feel like they could have done vines or something. That looks just fine. I like what they did for the bottom. It covers the sound box and everything greatly. But moving up where the tree stump, or I don't know, tree, it has vines on this bottom part, none on the back. And then there, maybe I have mine too high. I don't know. Oh yeah, mine's way too high. You do want to have your fabric lower so you can see this vine better down here. And also you could pull it out farther too. Should be nice. Alright, there we go. That looks better. And they have one vine on the very bottom log. Second vine on the longer part of the log. I'm pretty sure that's one whole vine, or it's supposed to be. And it's continuing up, and then up on Desmodus' feet. He has 3 vines hanging off him. I guess from the tree. I kind of don't like that. I kind of wish they hung off the actual tree instead of Desmodus himself, but it doesn't look that bad. It's not, I mean, I guess it's adding to the black, kind of. So, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, I guess. So, it doesn't look too bad with those there. But talking about the actual log, or the tree, it's very, very nice. It looks good. It's amazing, but it's definitely not that durable, so you do want to be careful about that. But it does make it easier to store. But here's the motion sensor. It's glued in there. It works great. It's actually blended in. Kind of good. Like, you couldn't tell too much just looking at it. But enough about the tree. But moving up, they do have the black cloth covering this part of the tree where it's actually, you know, with the mechanism and all stuff in there. That's what the tree's actually covering, which would be the piston inside and all that. But to get the tree together, you're gonna want to put the pin things in like that right there. They go into each other. I guess mine fell out during the demo. All right, there we go. That's better. So you do want the bottom to go in the actual front part, because at the bottom, it's popping out from the back. It's gonna look weird. Now I just messed with my tree. So I'm gonna have to fix that. And you're definitely gonna want to have the tree looking good. But moving up to the actual bat himself, his feet, I mean, I would kind of wish his body would move a little somehow, but it's fine that it doesn't. I kind of find it weird he's always in the same pose, but I still love him a lot. I think he's still cool, even if he's not moving his body at all. He's only moving his wings, but his wings are part of his body, so. But the thing is about my wings, the seller, they said it has some tear, and obviously it definitely does, but you can just definitely maybe put the cloth over it a little if yours is also torn there. I don't know, it looks good still. And it's also torn on the other side. Back, it's just kind of fully black. And then moving to the front, it's more detailed on the front actually. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be. And it's just fully black back here. So I'm glad they actually had some detail on the wings. So that looks very good. And moving up to his body, there he is. He's got his teeth. They're actually very, very good looking. They've got pretty good detail, not too bad. Then there's red LED eyes, which look great. Also, if you have him somewhere where you can't see him, you just use red eyes, and then you can kind of see his wings pop up. He definitely scares you. He has a really, really fast prop, and I definitely recommend him. He's awesome. But it looks great. It's amazing to the ears, everything. I love it. But also, mine is also kind of showing there. I might want to hot glue it in, or maybe poke it in something to fix that, because it doesn't look great with that white little part sticking out. But remember to stake him down, and then you should be fine. But I'm gonna have him go down instead of having him up, because you're probably not gonna have him ready to go when he's actually up. So I'm gonna bring him down and plug him in again, so that I can show you what he looks like when he's actually down with his wings and stuff. So here he is now when he's down, which he'd be waiting for the next jump scare, but now I have him off. But here's what he looked like if, you know, he's waiting for someone to come by and jump scare them. So he looks like, you know, he wouldn't really pop up, but honestly, people would expect the wings to pop up. Definitely not him to jump off from the tree too, but he's definitely going to still scare people, even though it's kind of predicted for him to actually jump up. But he's an amazing prop. I definitely recommend him for $250 if you can find one. $300 if you really love him. You will probably end up paying that, and I think he's gonna be worth $300 if you really love him. I got mine for $180. That's definitely something you should pay for if you're getting yours for $180 or less than $250, or even less than $180 if it's about in the same condition as mine, like a little bit of tear. That's fine. I mean, I don't mind that at all, but mine is not broken to where it doesn't affect him jump scaring at all. He still looks amazing. I definitely recommend him. He's definitely great. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review on the 6 feet tall Desmodus animatronic from Spirit Halloween. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.